Okay, welcome back to Florida Naturally, and we have a treat for you here at the Plantation Inn. We have world-renowned Wyland, the artist. Hi, Wyland.
Hey, nice to see you. It's really great to be back here, at Crystal River, being out here with these manatees. It's one of my favorite animals to paint. I've always had a love for manatees ever since I watched Jacques Cousteau, and they're amazing. And I've never been able to come here during the winter when they're in Three Sisters, in big numbers. So this is very, very exciting, to come in here and be able to film them and photograph them. And yeah, I use all that inspiration from being, at places like this to inspire my painting, sculptures, the murals, of course, and everything I do is inspired by being immersed in places like this.
Well, we talked about your murals, and tell us a little bit about the 100 murals that you did, and you just finished the last one in Beijing.
Yeah, well, after I painted the first whaling wall, whales on walls, I decided that I would paint 99 more, and I set a goal for myself to do 100, and it took me 27 years, but I finally painted the last and final whaling wall, hands across the oceans, in Beijing for the Green Olympics, and fortunately too, I was named as the official U.S. Olympic artist, so it really tied together beautifully. And in the spirit of the Olympics, what I wanted to do is use my art to engage kids, particularly people from not only the U.S. but people from all the countries of the world. And the Cultural Olympic event was the place to do it. So it's a dream come true. And what we did is we challenged all the children from their country to paint the water regions of their area, their country, and saltwater and freshwater. And when it was done, it was nearly a mile long of canvases, giant canvases. And the idea that water connects all the people and in all the countries of the world. And it was called Hands Across the Oceans. And when all the canvases were done, we put all the canvases out at this beautiful park, like their central park called Lake Chiang Park. And the lake reflected all the art that the kids and I painted. Oh, it was amazing. And then all the kids got to hold hands, signifying that water does indeed connect all of us, and every drop counts.
And one of those murals, one of those 100 murals you did, what year was that? Do you remember, in Homosassa State Wildlife Park?
Sure do. I was in 2000, and I invited my friend Guy Harvey. I'm wearing a shirt right now. I'm supposed to be a competitor, but I invited Guy to come and paint with me, and that was our first collaboration, on the Homosassa, the state park. And I hope you'll come down and see it. It's a beautiful mural. It's small but mighty, but we were able to get in there and swim with the manatees, and then we just came out of the water. We were so motivated to paint this public mural that looks really good. I check out my murals; they're like my kids. And then I always I made a lot of good friends here, and it's always a real pleasure to come back here. But it's nice to come back and see your work. Yeah. It holds up pretty good, and Guy, you did good too.
It looks great. It's very beautiful. And tell us a little bit about your foundation, your interest with kids education.
Well, I felt strongly that I needed to create the Wyland Foundation to engage young people, to inspire them to become youth ambassadors for the planet, and that's what I've been doing. I try to use art and science, bridge the world of art and science, and artists, well, they're artists. There you go. And scientists, scientists have to follow rules. I chose to be an artist. But I work with some of the greatest scientists on the planet, like Dr. Sylvia Earles on our Wyland Foundation board, and Bob Ballard, who discovered Titanic. But what I do is I go to all these places, and I learn everything I can. And then I'm like, a sponge. I use all that in my art, but more importantly, I use what I learn and share it forward creatively. Developing programs that challenge kids to think about water conservation, not only salt water, that's expanded now to all water on the planet. And I use music, I use art. It's really fun. I mean, I think Jimmy Buffett and I probably have the two greatest jobs because we really don't have a job. And I don't know about him, but I don't want one. It's overrated. But, if we can use, what we know and share it with kids and inspire them, That's the greatest investment that we can make if we invest in our youth. Because if we want to protect the environment today, we talk to us. If we want to protect it for the future, you've got to be talking to the kids. I got a kid's job. They go, well, you know, you're good with these kids. I go, I am a kid.
Well, and I noticed on your website that if you're a teacher out there, you can actually get a teacher's packet from the Wyland Foundation.
Yeah, teachers created, and I, and along with Sylvia Earle, being the scientist, myself, the artist, we created this wonderful clean water challenge, and it's amazing. Covers all the water on the planet, and Scripps Institute of Oceanography and the Birch Aquarium were our conservation partners. And it took us 7 years to put this program together, but it's very extensive. And what it does is it engages kids to be a drop of water. You take the water challenge journey, you go through all the water systems, and you come out into clean oceans, and you can make water pledges. You can actually go to wylandfoundation.org, and you can make pledges to keep our water clean and conserve energy. And you know, the whole thing is, if we can all do a little better, we can make a great difference in our world. And boy, the world needs it at this time. A lot of people believe that the next 10 years are going to be most critical of all if we're going to create a sea change, if we're going to protect the environment or destroy it forever.
Yeah. And finally, your art. If somebody wants to buy some of your art,
please,
they can go on your website.
Yeah, Wyland.com. W-Y-L-A-N-D. Wyland. Get it? Yeah, go to my website. It's all really you know, been redone, and it's beautiful. And you can check out all my art, my paintings, sculptures. Yeah, keep buying my art, because I don't want to get a real job. Thank you very much, collectors. You know, I have like 800,000 collectors now in over 100 countries, so I'm really fortunate. You know, I started out a starving artist, but I didn't care. You know, I'm a pure artist, but I'm an artist that really, my art has a message of conservation in it. And, you know, just being out here, you know, you can see that this is an incredible place, but if we don't start doing the right things and manage it and take care of it, we're going to lose it, not only for us, but for our children and future generations. So I think we need to protect the natural world. The kids get this instinctively, so I really have a lot of hope. When you talk to kids for any moment about the environment, they're a lot farther ahead than our generation was, so they're going to inherit all the challenges, but I think they're up for it. I'm feeling really good about, you know, people's connection to water and protecting the environment, and we need to invest there. That's where we need to be. We also need to keep art education in the schools, art and music education, nature education, get kids out immersed in nature. There's a lot of work to do, but I feel fortunate that I've positioned myself to have a really good voice and a good positive voice.
Absolutely. You certainly are. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Wyland, thank you for coming to Citrus County.
Nice to see you again. Yeah, it's great to see you, and I hope you guys will come over here to Homosassa and Crystal River and see these great people that take care of these manatees. Good job.
3, 2, 1, cut! Oh, right. Yeah.